Chapter 4 The Man with the Silver Swords. As Alexander led them through the rest of the hotel, Double O Sleddy was in awe, with Bond going from impressed to unimpressed. "James, isn't this place amazing?" "My concern exactly. Tell me, Mr. Thibodeau, did you build this resort all by yourself?" "Yes, indeed. My darling Wendy, whom you've met, helped in places. However, most of what you see has been done by my own hand." "I see. Well, do you mind if we retire to our rooms? I think the traveling has gotten to me quite a bit, and I'm quite tired. Wendy, would you mind showing me?" "James, this is not you. You're acting very reserved and very forceful, even to you." "It's sort of like the first time I met you." Bond pushed Double O Sleddy aside. Thibodeau did not seem to mind. "Ah, yes, completely understandable. However, if you would allow me to show you the most redeeming quality of my resort, the pride and joy, the cornerstone, and one of, if not the, reason you're here." Thibodeau led them down 2 more halls, and then to one additional one. Each hall extremely detailed with rockwork, Polynesian art, beautiful mixes of dark and bright wood, and more island decorations. Finally, at the end of one hall, there was a display case. Inside housed 2 swords, completely made of silver. "You see, Mr. Bond and Mr. Sleddy, I brought you here on purpose. This one. No tricks, no plot. I know you faced up against a man by the name of Francisco Scaramanga, or more commonly known as the Man with the Golden Gun. Is this correct?" Bond nodded. "I loathed him. His weapon of choice became utterly more famous than mine, and I could not stand him being number 1. His gun was forged of pure gold and consisted of 3 parts that could be hidden in any capacity." "I don't think I follow exactly," Double O Sleddy said. "Ditto," said Darling. "I was never the biggest fan when it came to guns. The amount of styles, the differences in capability and capacity, and the time you would take to have to reload after you fired everything, no matter how quickly. The sword is different. The sword requires no loading, no attachments, no safeties. One false move and you're done for. These swords have been in my family for generations. I brought you here, Mr. Bond, because you got rid of him for me. Now, I am on top. I am no longer second place. No longer shall gold be in first place. Don't you see? The sword has been brought to the gunfight and finally succeeded." Bond was growing more concerned as Thibodeau talked more. Double O Sleddy grew more confused. "Mr. Thibodeau, I think now would be a good time for you to show us to our rooms. I think I've seen enough," Double O Sleddy concluded. He then noticed Darling with Wendy walking away from them. "Oh, yes, my deepest apologies. These swords have been in my family for generations, as I've said. I do get ahead of myself. I see the women have already found their way, so best be off." Bond and Double O Sleddy soon followed the women, and now Double O Sleddy was almost concerned as Bond was. Given Thibodeau's speech and dedication in his voice, something about this hotel was starting to become less inviting.